What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Catamount Racing TV broadcast. We are back with the Rolling Thunder Gaming Racing League here at Lanier for another doubleheader. Just like last week, we're going to kick it off with the big block modifieds with a 55-lap feature. And then right after the conclusion of the big block modified race, we will be switching over. They'll be getting the session created for the Pro Late model race, and we'll get the broadcast up for that. We'll stay live. Be a little short intermission, and then we're going to switch over to the Pro Late model race. Last week, we saw Grant Wesley sweep both races. Somebody's going to be looking to knock him off tonight. Out on the track right now, getting a little practice session in. I believe we've had about 11 cars, I believe, made laps on the track so far. Should be another exciting night here in the Rolling Thunder Gamer. I know last week was awesome. Like I said, we're at Lanier this week. Race 2 in the big block modifieds is going to kick off. We are about 4 minutes away from qualifying. Oh, excuse me. Looks like we're right here at qualifying. Practice session is over. As we will try to... We'll jump to Ethan Sprague here as he's out on the track first for some qualifying. Looking to lay the throttle down and be on top of that leaderboard. You will start seeing some times pop up when these guys get some laps in up on the left side of your screen. Ethan's time should be popping up right after this lap. 14.030 for Ethan Sprague on lap 1. Trent Verstraeten, he's going to take over position number 1 with a 13.915 as of right now. Ethan does not improve on lap 2. He will stay third as of now. So far, Trent Verstraeten, quick time on the night. So we will jump to Brian Hogue and see what kind of lap time he can lay down here in qualifying. First lap, 14.163 for Brian Hogue. That's good for 8th on lap 1. Here he comes out of 4 for lap 2. See if he can improve a little bit. 14.219. He'll stay 8th. Last week's sweep winner, Grant Wesley, he jumps to position number 2 with a 13.998. 13.998 for Grant Wesley on lap 1. See if he can improve on lap 2 and take over P1 from Trent Verstraeten. He does not. 14.285 for Grant Wesley on lap 2. I know we don't get to see a whole lot of people qualify. I try to jump around on the list a little bit. So many people go at once, though. It's hard to see them, a bunch of them. They're usually all done around the same time. I believe that may do it for qualifying. Looks like we might have one more. Not sure if he's going to qualify or not. I got one more on my list here. So we'll wait and see if he comes out on the track. As of right now, we got 12 qualifiers so far. In the big block modifieds, Trent Verstraeten, Grant Wesley, Ryan Stillwell, Ethan Sprague, and Rick Gibson, your top 5 qualifiers so far tonight. Looks like that's going to throw the checker flag for the qualifying session as we will jump into heat race number 1. Your starting lineup for heat race number 1, starting on the pole, is going to be the 088 car, Trent Verstraeten. Actually, I believe it's just 88. Sorry, Trent. Looks like his wrap's just 88. Starting position number 2 on outside row number 1 is going to be the number 9, Ryan Stillwell. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 38, Rick Gibson. Starting outside row number 2 in the 4th spot is going to be the 073, Steve Robbins. Inside row number 3 is going to be the number 14, Brian Hogue. And outside row number 3 is going to be the number 71, Brian Orto. I believe they'll get the 1 to go this time by. We'll turn them loose. Coming out of 4 here shortly. Pace truck pulls off. Trent Verstraeten, Ryan Stillwell, 2x2, going to bring him to the green flag. Here we go. Verstraeten slides it up in front of Stillwell, going down the back straightaway. Stillwell got a good run coming out of 2. He's looking to the inside of Verstraeten. Down the front straightaway. This time they drag race to the line. Verstraeten still had him. Verstraeten, your leader after lap 1, but Stillwell putting pressure on him early. Three laps in, the grid hasn't changed from the start. Everyone's still in the position they started in. But Ryan Stillwell hasn't gone away from Trent Verstraeten. Still putting pressure on him. Meanwhile, Steve Robbins getting heat from Brian Hogue and Brian Orto. The field separated up by 3s right now. Got the top 3 running, and then there's a little gap between the next 3. Big wreck for Ryan Stillwell. Oh, excuse me. Rick Gibson. Not sure what happened there. Trent Verstraeten, 6 laps in out of 8, your leader. Meanwhile, Brian Hogue trying to take over position number 3 with Rick Gibson out. Brian Hogue looking to move up 2 spots. Trent Verstraeten coming out of 4 to the checkered flag. He's going to take heat race number 1. Brian Hogue drag races Steve Robbins to the line. I believe he got him. I believe Brian Hogue took over 3rd right at the end. Your starting lineup for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, last week's double winner in the number 88, Grant Wesley. Starting outside, row number 1 is going to be the 017, Ethan Sprague. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 31, Zane Walters. Starting in the 4th position, and the number 75, Trevor Giroux. Inside row number 3 is going to be the number 15, Sean Kerrigan. And riding shotgun for heat race number 2 is going to be the 051 of Patrick Spangler. Got them lined up 2x2. They'll get the 1 to go this time by. Next time by, Grant Wesley, Ethan Sprague going to turn them loose. Can Ethan stop Grant's win streak? I've seen Grant race many a time so far now. The dude can drive, just clean and consistent. But I know there's a lot of talent in this league. Green flag out, Grant Wesley, Ethan Sprague bring him to the line. Ethan gets a good start. So he takes the high side coming out of 2, gets good momentum. He looks like he may take P1 from Wesley. Maybe not. Grant Wesley, your leader after lap 1, but not by much. Still a good battle here for the lead. 4 cars battling right up here in front of the race. Zane Walters trying to make it 3 wide. He backs off a little bit. Looks like it's not the right move there. Grant gonna try to slide up into that high side on the track now. Now they're 3 wide down the front straightaway. Grant Wesley catches the worst of that, gets turned around. Ethan Sprague, your leader. 5 laps in. Zane Walters second. Trevor Giroux third. Sean Kerrigan fourth. Patrick Spangler fifth. Grant Wesley sixth, was involved in that accident. I believe he went to the pits. Ethan Sprague takes the white flag here in heat race number 2. Now he'll take the checkered. Ethan Sprague, your winner, heat race number 2. Zane Walters second. Trevor Giroux third. Sean Kerrigan fourth. Patrick Spangler fifth. And Grant Wesley involved in that wreck's going to finish 6th in heat race number 2. We will now go to a warm-up session, and like always, I'm going to shut my mouth and just let you listen to these awesome cars fly around Lanier. So I want to take this time right before the feature to also thank the sponsors of the Rolling Thunder Gaming League: Wide Open Motorsports, Giddens Mobile Repair in Tulsa, Oklahoma, veteran owned and operated. Want to thank. I don't even know who owns it, but thank you for your service, sir. I know during this time it's rough time, so want to thank them for their service. And if you're over in Tulsa, Oklahoma, be sure and go over and support them. Also, Ethan Sprague Racing Images. You can see that on the bottom left hand of your screen. Thank him as well. Another sponsor of the Rolling Thunder Gaming League. As I do believe it is time for your feature. Your starting lineup for tonight's 55-lap feature here at Lanier. Starting on the pole is going to be the 88 of Trent Verstraeten, starting outside, row number 1. In the second position is going to be the 017 of Ethan Sprague. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 9, Ryan Stillwell. Outside row number 2 is going to be the number 31, Zane Walters. Inside row number 3 is going to be the number 14, Brian Hogue. Starting 6th in the number 75, Trevor Giroux. Inside row number 4 is going to be the number 073 car, Steve Robbins. Outside row number 4, starting 8th, the number 15, Sean Kerrigan. Inside row number 5, the 71, Brian Orto. Starting outside row number 5, the 051, Patrick Spangler. And your final row in this feature, starting inside, and the number 38 is going to be Rick Gibson. And starting shotgun for the feature, the 88, Grant Wesley. Trent Verstraeten, Ethan Sprague getting ready to turn them loose here at Lanier for 55 laps. Green flag out, and here they come. Keep an eye on Grant Wesley starting in the back of this field. I got a feeling he's going to be making his way through it. Trent Verstraeten going to lead lap 1. Three-way battle here for second place between Zane Walters, Ryan Stillwell, and Ethan Sprague. Ethan Sprague has at that time by Zane, 3rd position. Grant Wesley, Rick Gibson on the move up 3 spots so far in this feature. Caution flag is out for the first time tonight. I believe it may have been Patrick Spangler and Sean Kerrigan. Patrick Spangler able to avoid most of it, I believe. We'll get them lined back up and turn them loose again. Trent Verstraeten, Ethan Sprague. 1 and 2 still in this feature, 4 laps in. Pace truck pulls off. Trent Verstraeten's on the throttle, and we're off once more. Trent gets a good restart. Zane Walters trying to slide it up in front of Ethan Sprague for position number 2. So he's going to take it over for now. Good move there from Zane. Took advantage. Ethan Sprague way up high on the track. Now Trevor Giroux trying to do the same thing, but he don't have enough momentum coming out of 2. Hogue, Trevor Giroux battling for that fifth position. Brian Hogue takes it over for now. Rick Gibson in that 38. He's up to 7th, trying to take over 6th from Trevor. So far up 4 positions, looking to make it 5. Grant Wesley also on the move, trying to get around Steve Robbins. Grant Wesley up to 9th, Gibson up to 7th. Now it looks like Rick's going to take over 6th. Make it 5 spots for Rick Gibson on this feature. Trent Verstraeten still your leader after 13. He's led all 13 laps so far here in this feature. And he's starting to put a pretty big gap between him and Zane Walters. 1.2 seconds as of right now. Rick Gibson going to work on Brian Hogue, trying to take over 5th. Rick throws a slider on him and he may have him. Brian crosses him over. They drag to the line. I think Rick had him that time for 5th. Rick Gibson on the move, up 6 positions so far. Ethan Sprague still battling Ryan Stillwell for 3rd. Zane Walters holds on to 2nd for now. Steve Robbins sitting back in 7th, trying to put the pressure on Brian Hogue, trying to get that spot back. Meanwhile, Grant Wesley trying to get around Trevor Giroux for 8th. So he has him at the line. Grant Wesley up 4 spots. Wesley driving it hard up into the turns and throwing her through there. He's looking to go to work on Steve Robbins now. Wesley may have found a line. Ryan Stillwell has taken over position number 2 from Zane Walters. Stillwell up to 2nd. Zane falls back to 3rd. Sprague now trying to work on Zane. Has to let out of the throttle a little bit going in the straightaway. Looks like they're getting some good momentum off that high side. A lot of guys trying to work their cars up there and follow behind these fast guys up front. Grant Wesley now up 5 spots to 7th. He looks to the inside of Brian Hogue this time by. "25 laps in for Trent Verstraeten. He's led them all. They're 3 wide for 3rd. Grant Wesley trying to take it way down low this time, trying to get around Brian Hogue. They drag to the line. Zane Walters holding on to 3rd for now. Grant Wesley throws a slider on Brian Hogue. Zane Walters trying to get around Rick Gibson to hold on to that third spot. They've got company. Grant Wesley is now on the 5th place Ethan Sprague. Trent Verstraeten, 30 laps in, still your leader, and he's got a wide open track in front of him. Still hasn't met lap traffic. Rick Gibson takes over 3rd spot from Zane Walters. Grant Wesley hard on the brake and off the gas to avoid making contact with Zane. Tim and Zane choose that high side. Rick Gibson, Ethan Sprague running down low. .33 in the books. We've got an awesome battle going on back here. Caution flag out again. Brian Orto and Patrick Spangler make a little contact. Spangler gets turned around. That's gonna bring out the caution. I bet Trent Verstraeten did not want to see that caution there. There are some guys on the move behind him. But there's still quite a few cars between him and Grant Wesley. So good restart here, big for Trent Verstraeten. Looks like he's able to put a little distance between him and Ethan and Sprague, Zane, Ryan Stillwell. Looks like and Rick Gibson, excuse me. Looks like he's able to get out in front of them, but Grant Wesley's on the move. See if Grant can maneuver his way and has anything for Trent here. Green flag out once again. Good restart for Trent Verstraeten. They're almost 4 wide coming into the straightaway. Two by two down the back straightaway now. Ryan Stillwell on the door. Trent Verstraeten. He may have him at the line this time. Not sure that he did, but Ryan Stillwell looking to take over the lead from Trent Verstraeten. Zane off the pace a little bit. He falls back to 6th. Ryan Stillwell, your new leader, but not by much. And we've got some trouble in turn 2, I believe. No caution yet. Ryan Stillwell, your leader still. What a battle here for the lead. 40 in the books. 39, excuse me. We're on lap 40 now. Trent Verstraeten trying to get a run off that high side to take the lead back from Ryan Stillwell. I believe he got him that time. Trent Verstraeten, your new leader. Now Wesley and Sprague make contact. Sprague able to keep it straight, and he's still in 4th. Grant now up to 3rd. Ryan Stillwell still holding on to third. Ethan making a hard charge back at Grant, trying to take back fourth. Strong run for the top 5 or 6 here. Ethan hard in the wall, gets turned around, and then Trevor Giroux makes contact with him. Tough break there for Ethan Sprague. Looks like he drove it hard up into the turn, just made contact going into 4. Got his car turned around. That's going to bring out the caution. 46 completed. Make it 45. Maybe a single file restart this next time. Not sure if that was the one to go or if they may be getting ready to turn them loose right here. Pace truck is off. Trevor Stratton's going to bring them to the green flag. We're green flag racing once again. Trevor Stratton, Ryan Stillwell, Grant Wesley in third. Rick Gibson fourth. Steve Robbins fifth. Wesley up 9 spots. Rick Gibson up 7. Five to go this time by for Trent Verstraeten. Ryan Stillwell keeping the pressure on him. Three laps to go. Verstraeten into the wall a little bit, able to keep it straight. 2 to go for Trent. Ryan Stillwell needs to make his move now. White flag this time by for Trent Verstraeten. Last time to make a move. Trent Verstraeten brings him out of 4. Trent Verstraeten, your winner here in the first feature. Ryan Stillwell second. Grant Wesley third. Rick Gibson fourth. Steve Robbins fifth. Zane Walters sixth. Brian Hogue seventh. Patrick Spangler eighth. Ethan Sprague ninth. Sean Kerrigan 10th. Brian Orto 11th. Trevor Giroux 12th. And I don't believe Lance Monksguard ever came out on the track, but he's going to finish 13th. As your podium finishers pulls up on the front straightaway, we'll get them a good look at them there. Awesome run for these guys. I'll throw the results up on the screen for the feature. Trent Verstraeten, your winner here in Big Block Modified race number 2. as those guys get the Pro Late Model session ready, we are going to go to a little short intermission. We will be right back with the Pro Late Model race here in just a few moments. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. We are still here at Lanier with the Rolling Thunder Gaming. This time we're in the Pro late models. My favorite. Anything late model. Of course, Supers I love the best, but I love late models. This is going to be a lot of fun. Grant Wesley, winner of week 1 at Cedar Lake. Finishing third this week in the big block modified race just a few moments ago. He's going to hop over into the late models, see if he can make it 2 for 2 in the late models. Trent Verstraeten able to knock him off in the big block modifieds, getting his first win on the season. As we'll sit here and watch a little warm-up session for a few minutes, and then we're going to get qualifying here in the Pro late models. lot of fast guys so far in this practice session. Not a whole lot of time separating first through seventh quick time. I know if it's anything like every other race that's been so far in this league, it's gonna be exciting. A lot of good talent in this league, a lot of good clean drivers. Makes for a lot of good racing. Makes my job broadcasting a lot easier. Broadcasting this league's been a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. Should be about 4 or 5 minutes, I believe, left in this practice session, if my math is correct. Maybe less than that. And then we're gonna get going qualifying here in the Rolling Thunder Gaming Pro late models. It's gonna bring out the checkered for the practice session as we are getting ready to do some qualifying. Try to jump around here with a couple people and watch some qualifying laps. We'll jump to Sean Kerrigan first. First name I seen pop up on the track. See what kind of laps he can lay down here in qualifying. First lap of 14.136 for Sean Kerrigan. So he's falling down the leaderboard as the lap times are coming up. Ethan Sprague so far, quick time 13.661. So we'll jump live here to Rick Gibson. Zane Walters jumps to fourth with a 13.740. Rick Gibson takes top spot with a 13.613. Quick time for Rick Gibson. Go live here with Trevor Giroux. Trent Verstraeten, he's going to take P1 away from Rick Gibson, 13.552. Trevor Giroux right now, 13.690. That's good enough for seventh. He does not improve on his second lap. Steve Robbins in 13th right now with a 13.96. I believe everyone has qualified. Trent Verstraeten, your quick time with a 13.552. Rick Gibson improved a little bit on his second lap, was only 0.003 off of the quick time. So Rick had it there for just a second. Trent took it over, and Rick almost took it back. But he will qualify second quickest here in this qualifying session. That should be moving us into heat racing. Take the time to thank the sponsor of the Rolling Thunder Gaming Racing Group once again. Wide Open Motorsports, Ethan Sprague Images, and Giddens Mobile Repair. Giddens Mobile Repair in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you're over in that area, make sure and support them. Veteran owned and operated. Definitely got to take care of our veterans. That is going to do it for qualifying and move us on into heat racing. Your starting lineup for heat racing number 1 here in the Rolling Thunder Racing Pro Late Models. Race number 2 at Lanier to determine the 55-lap feature. Starting on the pole in the 88 is going to be Trent Verstraeten, your quick time on the night. Starting outside of row number 1 is going to be also the number 88 of Grant Wesley. Inside, row number 2 is going to be the number 9, Ryan Stillwell. Outside, row number 2 is going to be the number 75, Trevor Giroux. Inside, row number 3 is going to be the number 31, Zane Walters. Outside, row number 3 is going to be the 14, Brian Hogue. And riding shotgun for heat race number 1 is going to be the 073 of Steve Robbins. So Trent Verstraeten and Grant Wesley here in row number 1. Trent, your big block modified winner tonight. Here at Lanier, he's looking to do the same thing Grant Wesley done last week, and that's sweep tonight. But I'm sure a couple of these guys are going to have something to say about that. I believe the pace truck getting ready to pull off, and we're going to go green flag racing here shortly. Pace truck off. Green flag out, Trent Verstraeten and Grant Wesley going to bring them to the line. Trent gets a little loose, and Grant takes advantage of that. He's going to jump out into the lead. Trevor Giroux and Ryan Stillwell trying to get around Trent now. They're 3 wide coming out of 4. Grant Wesley, your leader after 1. Trevor Giroux up to the 2nd spot. Brian Hogue looking to take over 5th place. Gets a little loose coming out of 4. Zane Walters is going to hold on to that for now. Halfway home, and Grant Wesley's your leader here in heat race number 1. Trevor Giroux 2nd, Ryan Stillwell 3rd, Zane Walters 4th, and Brian Hogues made his way up into the 5th position. Trent Verstraeten looks like he has taken his car to the pits. Don't know. He may have had something going on at the beginning of the race. White flag this time by for Grant Wesley. Trevor Giroux. Can he make a move here on Wesley in 3 and 4? Looks like he may just play it safe. Grant Wesley takes heat race number 1. Trevor Giroux 2nd. Ryan Stillwell 3rd. Zane Walters 4th. Brian Hogue 5th. Steve Robbins 6th. And Trent Verstraeten's going to finish 7th. And that's going to move us on to heat race number 2. Starting lineup for heat race number 2, starting on the pole is going to be the number 38, Rick Gibson. Outside, row number 1 is going to be the 051 of Patrick Spangler. Starting inside, row number 2 is going to be the 017 of Ethan Sprague. I believe it actually may be a 117 on his actual rep. Starting in the 4th position, outside, row number 2 is going to be the 83 of Lance Monksguard. Starting inside, row number 3 is going to be the number 8, Robert Evertson. Starting in the 6th position, outside, row number 3 is going to be the 15 of Sean Kerrigan. And riding shotgun for heat race number 2 is going to be the 71, Brian Orto. So they'll get the 1 to go this time by. Pace truck is off. Rick Gibson, Patrick Spangler. Green flag is out, and they're off. Gibson slides it up in front of Spangler. Spangler going to try to cross him over in the front straightaway. Gibson leads lap 1. Ethan Sprague now looking to the inside of Patrick Spangler. He's going to try to throw the slider on him. Now Spangler crosses him over and drags him to the line. Ethan returns the favor. Now they're just throwing sliders back and forth. Spangler gets a little loosened up into the wall. Lance Monksguard has to get way down low to avoid him. Now Lance takes over the third position. Ethan Sprague to second. Meanwhile, Rick Gibson out to a 1 second lead over Ethan Sprague. Brian Orto now up to the third spot. He's up four positions. White flag out for Rick Gibson. Robert Everson and Brian Orto battling for third. Rick Gibson's going to win heat race number 2. Ethan Sprague second. And Robert Everson's going to take over third from Brian Orto. He'll finish fourth. Sean Kerrigan fifth. Lance Monksguard sixth. And Patrick Spangler is going to finish seventh. And here in heat race number 2. And that's going to move us into the warm-up session. Like always, I'm going to shut up, play a little music, and let you listen to these awesome late models scream around Lanier here. I'm having a hard time talking tonight. looks like that's going to do it for the warm-up session. So we're going to get going here with the feature. Starting lineup for tonight's 55-lap feature in the Rolling Thunder Gaming Pro late models. Starting on the pole. In the number 88 is going to be Grant Wesley, last week's double winner. Starting outside row number 1 is going to be the number 38, Rick Gibson. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 75, Trevor Giroux. Outside row number 2 is going to be the, I believe, 117 of Ethan Sprague. Inside row number 3 is going to be the number 9, Ryan Stillwell. Outside row number 3 is going to be the number 8, Robert Evertson. Inside row number 4 is going to be the number 31, Zane Walters. Outside row number 4, starting in the 8th position, is going to be the number 71, Brian Orto. Inside row number 5, the number 14, Brian Hogue. Starting 10th, outside row number 5 is going to be the 15 of Sean Kerrigan. Inside row number 6 is going to be the 073 of Steve Robbins. Outside row number 6 is going to be the 83 of Lance Monksguard. And once again, my grid is not showing 13th and 14th. That is going to be Patrick Spangler, and I believe I don't see Trent Verstraeten out on track. So I thought we was going to have an exact opposite of the last race. Trent Verstraeten starting on the pole and Grant Wesley having to start in the back, but it doesn't look like Trent Verstraeten's able to make it out on the track. Grant Wesley and Rick Gibson are going to bring them 2 by 2 to the green flag. We're green flag racing once again. 55 laps here at Lanier. Rick Gibson goes to the high side of Grant Wesley. We've got trouble already. Looks like Ryan Stillwell got turned around. No caution yet. Grant Wesley's going to lead lap 1. Now the caution is out. Try to take a look and see what happened with Ryan Stillwell there. Looks like Trevor got a little loose, and then Stillwell had nowhere to go and just involved Hogue, Zane, and Lance Monksguard. Unfortunate there for Ryan Stillwell. Trevor just got a little loose, and Ryan didn't have nowhere to go. It's racing, it happens. Some nights you have good nights, some nights you have bad nights. Right now, Robert Evertson, up to that 4th spot. He's moved up 2 positions. Pace truck off once again. Grant Wesley on the throttle and brings him back to the green flag. Good restart for Grant Wesley. Steve Robbins in that blue and green 073 car. He's moved up 4 spots into the 7th position. Good run for him so far in these first few laps. Zane Walters sitting back in 5th. He's moved up 2 positions. Looking to take over 4th from Robert Evertson. Ethan Sprague now going to work on Rick Gibson, trying to take over P2 from him. Wesley so smooth up on that high side. But Rick keeping the pressure on him, not going away quietly. Meanwhile, Steve Robbins taking another position. He's looking to work on Brian Orto into the 5th position. That'll put him up 6 if he can get around Orto. Now Sean Robbins makes a little contact. Robbins made a little Kerrigan made a little contact with Robbins. And looked like he let up a little bit to keep from getting Robbins all the way turned around, and then got turned around himself. Another unfortunate event there. Try to take a look at that real quick. Nope, that's not what I was wanting. We'll go back live here so we don't miss nothing. Grant Wesley still your leader with, I believe, 7 laps completed. Pace truck pulls off, double file restart. Grant Wesley's back on the throttle. We're green flag racing once again. Zane Walters up to 2nd. What a restart for him. He's moved up 5 spots on this restart. Now Spangler, and looks like Trevor Giroux make contact and get turned around in turns 3. And that'll bring out the caution once again with 10 laps in. Caution's brought out once again. Grant Wesley still your leader. Zane Walters now up to 2nd position, up 5 spots from where he started. Wesley choosing that outside line once again. That'll put Gibson on the outside line. Wesley brings him to the green flag again. They're 3 wide coming out of 2. Robert Everson looking to the outside of Brian Orto. Now Gibson's taking over 2nd place from Walters again. Zane way down on the bottom. Steve Robbins looking to take over another spot. He's up 4 spots in the 7th position, working on Robert Everson. Feel like him, Robert, and Brian Orto have been battling all night long. Seems like every time I look back here, these 3 are right next to each other. Trevor Giroux, he's trying to make up some spots lost. Trying to work his way back up through the field. Sitting back in that 7th position. Currently 4 spots down from where he started. Now Spangler almost gets turned around into Robert Evanson, but keeps it straight. Robert gets in the wall a little bit. Brian Hogue takes advantage of that. Wesley, Ethan Sprague still battling for second. Meanwhile, Wesley out to a 0.7 second lead. "20 laps in the books for Grant Wesley. Brian Orto up 3 spots, but Steve Robbins looking to take that 5th place away from him. Not at the line that time. Orto up 3 spots from where he started. Steve Robbins looking to make it 6. Trevor Giroux, meanwhile, still sitting back in that 7th position. Looking like he's starting to put pressure on Robbins and Orto. Trevor Giroux moves up into the 6th spot now. He gets around Steve Robbins. Looks to try to get around Brian Orto now. Trevor with a big run out of 2. Brian Orto choosing to run that low line. Trevor Giroux gets another huge momentum shot coming off the high side. I believe he may get him this time around. I believe Trevor had him at the line that time by for 5th position. Patrick Spangler back on the move. He's up to 7th position. He's up 7 spots from where he started in the feature. I know he's been involved in a couple little unfortunate events. Strong run for Patrick Spangler, moving back up through the field up to 7th. And doesn't look like he's done just yet. He's working on Brian Orto as well. 30 laps in the books for Grant Wesley, make it 31. Rick Gibson, Ethan Sprague, and Zane Walters not far off now. They've cut back into this gap. Rick Gibson only about 0.4 away from Grant Wesley. Zane still running that low side, trying to get around Ethan Sprague. Ethan Sprague, Rick Gibson just following the leader up on that high side right around the wall. 34 down now for Grant Wesley. Now Grant's got lap traffic to deal with. This is where you can't make a mistake. Grant cuts down in between two lap cars. He'll take the middle, trying to get around Robert Evanson. Now Rick Gibson drags Grant Wesley to the line. They got one more lap car right in front of him. Looks like he's taking the low side. Zane makes contact with somebody and gets into the wall. Rick Gibson, Grant Wesley battling it out here with 40 laps completed, make it 41. Grant getting a huge run off that high side, trying to keep it off the wall. Rick Gibson had him at the line that time. We got a new leader. Now Rick throws the slider. Wesley gonna try to return the favor. Rick crosses him over. Rick at the line once more. .45 down, Rick Gibson, your new leader. Caution flag out once again. Ten laps to go here in this 55-lap feature. I believe Robert Everton was involved in a wreck. We'll try to take a look at that. A little loose coming out of two. Still loose going about down the back straightaway. Makes big contact with the wall. Luckily, not a lot of more damage was done there. Not sure if while we were watching the replay if Rick Gibson had to go to the pits. Not sure if that's going to put him to the back of the field. If so, you hate to see that for Rick Gibson. He was battling Wesley for the lead. Had the lead. Pace truck gonna pull off this time by Wesley. On the throttle out of four. He's gonna bring him to the green flag. Trevor Giroux's made his way back up through the field. He's up in the third position, back where he started. Brian Hogue, he's been on the move along with Spangler. Brian Hogue looking to take over third. He's got it right now. Spangler up 9 spots, sitting at 5th. He looks to the inside of Trevor Giroux, trying to make it 10 spots. Five to go next time by. Trevor Giroux splits 2 cars. He looks to the inside of Spangler. Spangler's moved up high. Meanwhile, Rick Gibson trying to make his way back up through the field. Just not sure there's enough time left from 9th to 1st. Trevor DeRose moved down to the low side with Brian Hogue. He's put a little gap now between him and Spangler. Two laps to go for Wesley. Ethan looking to the inside of Wesley. White flag this time by as they drag to the line. Look like Wesley by barely a nose. Ethan still looking to the inside. He's got a little momentum this time. Coming out of four to the checker. They're going to drag race for it. Grant Wesley by nose for the win. What a finish. Good run there for Ethan Sprague there at the end. I thought he had him in the back straightaway. I thought he had enough momentum to have him that time by. Good run for Trevor Giroux as well. Back up into third where he started. Patrick Spangler finishing sixth, up 8 spots. Take a look at your podium finishers there. Grant Wesley, Ethan Sprague, and Trevor Giroux, your top 3. Wesley back-to-back winners. Not back-to-back tonight, back-to-back week in the Pro Late Model. He wins the first 2 races. Throw up the feature results there on your screen. Grant Wesley taking the win. Ethan Sprague second. Trevor Giroux third. Brian Hogue fourth. Brian Orto finishes 5th. Patrick Spangler 6th. Steve Robbins 7th. Rick Gibson 8th, Sean Kerrigan 9th, Lance Monksguard 10th, Robert Evertson 11th, Zane Walters 12th, Ryan Stillwell 13th, and Trent Verstratten's going to finish 14th here in race number 2 for the Rolling Thunder Racing Pro Late Models. Another awesome doubleheader night. Be sure and tune back in for week 3 next Friday night. Not exactly sure where that I think it's Bristol. I think it's at Bristol next week. Next Friday night, Bristol. Same time, 7 o'clock Central Time. 7 p.m. Central Time. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We will be back right here, the Catamount Racing TV Rolling Thunder Gaming broadcast for another doubleheader. Be sure and tune back in. Thank everyone for watching tonight. And if you're watching on Facebook, if you're in the Rolling Thunder Gaming group, or if you're just a fan watching, please be sure and go over to the YouTube page. I posted a link on the Rolling Thunder Gaming group Facebook page for the YouTube page, where hopefully all the broadcasts next week will be moving to YouTube and Twitch. It's going to be a big headache off of me and save me a little cash in the long run. So please do me a favor and go over and sub to that YouTube page. If you enjoy watching these broadcasts, that's where all Catamount Racing TV broadcasts will be eventually. So thank everyone for watching. Thank the sponsors, Wide Open Motorsports, Giddens Mobile Repair, and Ethan Sprague Racing Images. Thank all those guys. Thank this league for letting me broadcast once again. Had an amazing time doing it. It's fun as always. Awesome action. These guys are awesome to watch. So thank all y'all for watching the broadcast, and we will see you soon. Have a good night.